Hello YouTube, back again, and this time with a little story. I was driving today for the first time on the highway, and well, I was reaching 120 plus when all of a sudden I had a drop in power and an increase in noise. Turned out that my silencer had been slipping off this exhaust tube and was straightforward leaking into the open air by this route. I'm now looking into the cause of this. I'll be back. Well, it took me some time to figure it out, but I found out what must have happened. Two things happened simultaneously. This isn't a pattern remake exhaust system, and I'm already for longer complaining about it, and I don't like the sound. It's too noisy. So I've made an attempt to stop the leaking, which is coming through that little thing there at my fingers, which is causing the noise, part of the noise at least, by sliding the silencer a little bit further onto the pipe, the down pipe. Now, the silencer there is clamped onto the pipe by this spring-loaded clamp, which is tightened onto this bracket, and this bracket is then mounted onto the engine at my finger there. So I found that I had lost the 10mm bolt holding the bracket onto, hope you can see it, hold on, yeah, onto the engine. So the connection here onto the engine was loose. Okay. Next, the clamp, this clamp, has been onto the silencer until the point where my finger is. You still can see the markings. So it must have clamped only here, because if I look very carefully, I can see that the band and the shape here had already started. So it allowed for this clamp to not be efficient when pressing onto this part. And I don't know if you can see it, but this connection is always going to leak. And that is because the pipe is pointing a little bit too much upwards. In effect, the connection between the silencer and the pipe is not straight. I hope you can see it. Well, I guess that this is possibly a part of the problem with cheap pattern parts. I don't know. I'm now going to take off the pipe, the down pipe, and see how it compares to the original one, and well, trying to figure out where the problem comes from, because there is definitely a problem. I have never had so far been able to close this connection, and it should close without any help from exhaust pastes, anything else. So before I resolve to exhaust paste, I first want to try to do it the good way, the original way.